evening. I'm Norman Spindleshanks, and I'm delighted to be taking the seat as the primary anchor for Fake News Friday. The only news report that tells it to you straight. No exaggerations, no half-truths, just straight-up fake news. Our headline report tonight comes from County Wilford upon Avonshire, where local Anglican priest Roger Hensley-Bottom has been arrested and sentenced to life prison. His crime? And I do apologize, this report may offend some viewers at home. His crime was misgendering a local activist's dog. That's right. Avery Unicorn Child Bergstein was out walking her gay cavoodle at the local markets, where the ghastly bigot Hensley-Bottom approached the precious little pet and touched it without consent, kneeling down and hurling slurs of incessant abuse. Letitia Hurlington reports.
That's right, Norman. Scenes of sexual discrimination and speciesism earlier today in the quiet village of Cheltenham-Shireton, where sexist, homophobe and human supremacist Father Roger allegedly touched a dog without its consent and called it a good boy. The dog's carer, who herself identifies as a unicorn, was too traumatised to appear on camera today, but Z told the FNF crew that Z corrected the priest, letting him know that the dog in her care is gender fluid and today identifies as a female unicorn. Literal Hitler Hensley-Bottom allegedly continued his onslaught of hate speech, saying, "But he has balls, look at them. And he's obviously a dog." Bergstein will be taking the female unicorn she cares for to psychotherapy with the hope of healing this damage. But Z says that Z is relieved that swift justice has been dealt.
Indeed, Letitia. How has this case reached such a rapid conclusion?
Well, as many of our viewers will know, Norman, the county of Wilford upon Avonshire is the latest in England to implement the new and very popular Sharia-friendly bill recently passed by our Parliament. And as such, any crimes committed by members of Christian clergy are presumed guilty until proven innocent. Although the alleged hate crime was not captured on video and there were no eyewitnesses, the strict policy is to imprison first and ask questions later. Things are not looking good for Father Roger, though, because although there are many people in this community who claim he is an upstanding member, they are all parishioners or recipients of charity by the local church, so they can't possibly be trusted to be unbiased. Some have suggested that if this hateful bigot can diminish the humanity of a female unicorn just because it happens to have male genitalia and look like a cavoodle, then there is good cause to believe that this priest has also sexually abused local children. He is a clergyman after all. Whatever you might think at home, the decision will be reached by the local magistrate and imam when Father Roger has completed his life sentence. Back to you in the studio, Norman.
Very good. Another literal Nazi put away. We must never forget just how many salty tears were shed in the desperate journey to reach this enlightened age of progressivism. And why stop there? Progress must always be in a state of acceleration after all. Or how can we call it progress? Well, one Canadian professor called out this police mosque action in a recent tweet as barbaric, subjective and whimsical lawmaking, the signs of a nation whose shadow is on the loose. Joining us via satellite is Dr. Jordan Porterson in Vulcan, Alberta. Dr. Porterson, how do you justify such ignorance as an educator?
Hello, Norman. What ignorance is that?
Well, you're saying all Muslims are barbaric and should be deported.
That's not exactly what I said. Well, it's something like that. What you've got to understand is that every nation is part of a meta-hero narrative in which the shadow emerges as a dragon from the underworld. And if you don't stab it with your steely knives and kill the damned beast, it'll eat you right up. And that's no picnic, sunshine.
Are you saying we need to stab all Muslims?
No, that's not what I said at all. That's absurd. No, listen. Look. We've been here before, man, in times of tyranny, and it's like, don't go there, bucko, right? And I mean, you guys are all there in England, and it's like, of all places, England, the place where they used to have real dragons, and King Arthur was once in charge. Now that's a place you don't expect to see the Oedipal mother emerge from the shadow realm as a manifestation of the spirit of Cain. It's like the king of the lobsters. He wouldn't be happy, man.
Are you on drugs, Dr. Porterson?
Oh, all the time.
Well, thank you, Jordan Porterson. That concludes our Fake News Friday report. I'm Norman Spindleshanks. And remember, don't be a Nazi. Till next time.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that installment of Fake News Friday. If you'd like to see this and more musical variety, comedy, politics, theology, religion, and philosophy, you can join me on a Friday night for Foxy Fridays Live, 8:30 p.m. Sydney time, every Friday night for an extravaganza of ideas and fun and music. You can find that at youtube.com/JamesFoxHiggins. That's the James Fox Higgins Show, or you can see it on Facebook Live as well. So that's the James Fox Higgins Show on Facebook, live every Friday night from 8:30 p.m. with comedy, music, politics, theology, all beaming straight into your lounge room via the internet. Join me on Friday nights for the James Fox Higgins Show.
Never gonna give you up, we're never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hurt you. Never gonna...
Live from the internet, it's Friday night.